All right, what's going on, everybody? It's Sean Trades. You probably know me on Twitter, Instagram, things like that. I'm sitting down today with,
JonnyOptions.
and I kind of wanted to start off with just talking about your progression. I think this is something that a lot of people will get value of because you started to kind of get into swing trading.
Yeah.
I think that's something we can talk about a little bit and kind of give people value on that, especially a lot of the traders that are like trading ICT and all that stuff. There's no right way to trade. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and bash other people. You can make good money doing anything. Honestly, that's something we've talked about a lot and something that we have like discussed. Anyone could really make money if you have the right psychology and strategy that you back tested. But if you're trying to make like real long-term money in this stuff, I think swing trading is the way to go. And I kind of want to hear a little bit about like the way that you've got into it and the things that you've done.
Sounds good. Yeah. So most of the people watching this probably know I started out trading ICT. I was day trading, and if you don't know me, that's where I started. So yeah, I was trading ICT. It was very overcomplicated, and I felt like it was just a lot of guessing, a lot of hoping, a lot of just like, oh, this needs to happen, rather than breakouts as an actual criteria and an edge and a strategy that has data backed by 50 plus years from all of these USIC traders, etc. So I realized when I was day trading, like I said, it was guessing and it was hoping. Not saying day trading.
But you were still able to make money. That's the most important thing. You were still profitable.
I was.
And then you transitioned into something that you thought was going to take you over the top.
Exactly. And the thing was, yes, I was making money, but it felt like I was making money and I was capped. It felt like I was at the point where I was like, all right, I'm making 60 to 80K a year. That's exactly how much I was really making, around there. And yes, that's great.
For some people, that's amazing.
For someone that wants to like replace their job, that's amazing. But it felt like there was no strong risk to reward. It's not like I could make exponential gains to then lose a little bit. Now, yes, there are a lot of successful day traders, but I saw myself losing about the same as my winning, like my wins. So ever since that I've transitioned into swing trading, I've been doing absolutely amazing. I actually hit my biggest month the other month, which was 47K in 1 month.
That's
biggest
wild.
month, and I'm blessed, thanking God for that, and I'm going to just continue to grind. And I recommend anybody even watching this podcast or anybody that feels stuck, focus on risk management and focus on really just finding something that has a bigger edge than a bigger loss, right? Like I said, when I was day trading, I felt like, yes, I'd make a 30, 40, 50% gainer, but then there was that bad day on SPY 0 DTs where I'd get cooked on like a 30%. And it just, like I said, felt like I was stagnant. Do you recommend everybody watching this or anybody that's starting with day trading or maybe swinging with a random strategy, what do you recommend for those lost traders that are like first getting into trading?
Well, when you're first getting into trading, the most important thing to know is like yourself, right? Because like we've been talking about, no one has a perfect strategy. You can swing trade, you could day trade. Everyone's proven that you can make money in like different things in the market, right?
Yeah.
I'm not here to tell anybody like this is a perfect thing or whatever. At the end of the day, also your strategy is only as good as the person who's using it. So you need to master your psychology, things like that. So as a trader, when you're first starting to learn trading, the most important thing, learn yourself. Like a lot of people don't understand. Like at the end of the day, you're clicking buttons, but you're the only person who can click the buttons.
It's all trial and error. You got to figure out what works.
And no one's coming to save you. Like that's the amazing thing about trading, though. It's kind of like I always like reference it to like boxing.
Yeah.
Like I like sports where it's like it's only you.
It's only you.
Because you have the control. Like if you made a shitty mistake, you're the one who made the mistake. No one else. You can't blame your teammate. You can't blame like some people want to blame the market. No, it's not the market. It's
not.
You.
That's why I was actually I always used to say this to my students. I'm like, dude, I'd rather trade than do sales. And it's not because of the money. It's because of the freedom and because on sales, you have to talk to so many people or a corporate job or this or even any ways. You always got to talk to somebody or be on someone's time. With trading, you get the freedom to do it wherever you want, whenever you want. All you need is Wi-Fi, a phone, or a laptop. Plus, when you do make a mistake in trading, it's not your professor's fault, your job, the college that you're in, whatever it is. It's all your fault.
Exactly.
And I feel like ever since that I've been growing up, I played all sports, wrestling, football, baseball, basketball. And I was always that competitive person. I always wanted to be the best in whatever I did. It's just how it is. Like, it's not that I have an ego. I just always want to be really, really good at it. So when you first start trading and you were always that kid that wanted to be good at something, bang, you get humbled immediately. And that's for any trader. You know what I mean? Every trader gets humbled right away and they get put into that, dang, like, I'm not as good as I thought I was going to be. And it's all your fault. Nobody else is stopping you but you. So
I think about it honestly like a video game. Like when I was first getting started into trading. I have a background of professional video games. Not a lot of people know that.
Me
I used
too.
to play. Oh, really?
I
Oh, yeah,
was
yeah. We talked about this. You played
Fortnite.
Fortnite. I played Smite a lot. Maybe somebody knows that game. It's not
Yeah.
really like a common game
Yeah.
to play, but I played Fortnite after that, and I didn't make a ton of money on it, but I was always like trying to become the best. So I
Yeah.
think about it like as a game. Like people try to overcomplicate trading. Like obviously you want to take it serious. You have to think about it like a business. You have to grind, but at the end of the day, you have to just become the best, right? 90% of people lose money in trading. Why? Because they don't take it serious enough. They don't try to actually become the best or put the most like the effort in to know themselves as a trader. And that's something that also comes with a competitive edge. Like I think every time I speak to a trader who does really good, it's someone who's obsessed, who has
Yes.
like the passion.
Yeah.
Like I could sit down and speak to you for like 5 hours about
Me
trading.
too. I
And
love
it's
that shit.
because of the fact that we're so passionate about trading. And for anyone who's trying to learn how to trade, you have to build a passion. Because what happens when you're at your lowest point and you don't know what to fall back on?
Yeah.
Are you passionate? Is that going to carry you through the worst points? Because even for me as a person who's been profitable, when I made a big mistake, I just picked myself back up because I love to do this. Like I couldn't go without looking at charts
Yeah,
for more than like a few days.
I enjoy looking at charts.
Exactly.
Like a lot of people are like, dude, you don't got to trade every day, and you're right. But I still will look at the market.
Look at the market.
It's just fun to
chart,
me, and that's why I
back
love
test.
trading. Like rather than sales or any other just job that like a normal job. Like
It's fun.
it's just fun, bro. I love this shit,
It's like
bro.
it's like a video game.
And it's
sometimes.
the best thing. Like a lot of people like say they love their job and they're making a little money. And that's not a bad thing at all. As long as you love what you do in life, I think that's all that matters. I feel like
That's all that
people
matters,
shouldn't be judged off of whether you make 50K a year. We're all humans at the end of the day, but that is just I'm an advocate for trading. I think for one, it's addicting. I'm just being honest. Obviously, it might not be the best thing to be addicted to, but it's addicting and you want to keep showing up and being better. And it's like you're putting repetitions into something to the point where it's like it's either it goes so high and you make so much money or you end up losing. And that's that 98% of people that end up losing. And I think that those people lose not because they're losers or they suck at trading because they don't have a passion. Like you said, if you wanted it that much and you wanted to strive to profitability, you would do whatever it takes to get to the top, even when you're at your worst.
Exactly. And I always tell it like everybody, like I'm not smarter than most people.
No.
Like I don't think I'm smarter than 50% of people. I feel like somebody on the street could be smarter than me. It's not about being like necessarily that smart. Obviously, intelligence helps, but it's about having like the actual showing up and having the things to like actually put the hard work in, and the passion. Again, like you can't teach passion. You can't teach hard work.
It's just like a natural thing, bro. Like if you're not dedicated to this, like some people will tell me like, yeah, I want to start trading, bro. Put me on. Like I want to start this as a side hustle. I'm like, bro, side hustle, my boy. You're about to
lose like
you're gonna get your shit
thousands
cooked.
of dollars for no reason.
It's like, dude, you can't make this a side hustle because, like I said, once you start trading, it's addicting.
Yeah.
And you'll realize, like, all right, it's either I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna be passionate about it. I'm gonna be dedicated and I'm gonna make this work no matter what. Or I'm going to treat it as a side hustle. I'm going to half-ass it, not treat it as a business, and I'm going to fail, and then you're going to lose money and be basically in a rut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one or the other.
And I also think the big thing that like is much better than other businesses is the way you could scale trading.
100%. There's no cap.
And that's something I want to ask you about because like obviously your audience knows that you've been I'm sure they know that you've been starting to scale up really well.
Yeah.
Right. Even me, when I first started to see your videos come up, I was like, this guy's making $500,000, which is really good. Don't get me wrong. That's amazing, right? But then out of nowhere, you come out like swinging like 5, 10K days. And then you had like, I think you had an $18,000 day, which is obviously probably felt surreal. How did you scale up? Like, what was the mindset behind it? What did you think when you were scaling up? Like, how did it feel?
Yeah, so I was just saying that at the mastermind that you just had, I was telling everybody how I tracked my whole entire journey. People saw me going from $80 days, 150, 500, and I climbed the ladder. And I feel like I got to the point in my trading journey where I was just comfortable, right? I was making this $300 a day, and I was like, dude, like I'm actually getting good at this. Like I'm making 300, 300, 300. What's stopping me from going higher? Why not test it out? What's the worst that can happen? I size up and I lose money. Okay, I go right back to where I was, stay disciplined, and work up towards it again. Like I said, it's that passion that is driving me, not just I want to size up to make money. It's not necessarily the money. It's like, okay, you want to get better and better and better. You want to go from the bench to first starter. You know what I mean? So I was realizing like, all right, I'm going from decent wins, and I want to get bigger. And I wasn't the type of person where, like most traders, where they blow their accounts is, oh, like, oh, I'm going to size up this day and size up randomly, right? I had a passion to size up, and I had that kind of like, how can I say it? That walkthrough of just like, all right, this is what I'm going to do, and I have a plan to size up. So I started out with $80 days, 150, 300, and then randomly.
So you would scale like not exponentially, but you would scale like in terms of like having a goal to scale
Yes,
to.
exactly. So I was like,
that's something I've never heard of.
Yeah,
That's really
so
cool.
I feel like a lot of traders just scale up like randomly because
Yeah,
they
you
have
just
the
go-
money.
yeah.
Why would you scale up if you haven't even seen results with $300?
Yeah.
Because I always tell people, if you can't even make $100 a day, what makes you think that you can make $1,000 a day? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I proved to myself, all right, I can make $100 a day. I can make 400, 500 a day. Let's start sizing up, right? And also, what drove me to size up is my confidence in my strategy. So most of you guys may not know, but this dude Sean has been trading for 5 years now. I've only been trading for about 2.5, 3 years, and he inspired me. You inspired me to literally be where I'm at today. I'm not gonna lie. I've asked you plenty of questions. I spam your phone, and I'm asking you questions. And a lot of people are like scared to ask questions or like invest into themselves. Do that, dude. I text you all the time about shit. I need to know this, right? So I'm asking him this, that. I ask other people. I watch videos, and dude, you've been trading for so long, and if I see you do it, I ask myself, why can't I do it? Especially
that's like my exact mentality.
the
too.
first time I met you in person, like when we went out to dinner, I'm realizing like, holy shit, this dude trades the same strategy as me and does so much better.
Yeah.
He does the same thing as every other human. Eats, pisses, shit, everything, right? So why can't I do it? I would get mad at myself. I'd look myself in the mirror after seeing you, Mark Minervini, Qualamaggy. Bro, like when Qualamaggy says his small account is 2 mil, that lights fire in me, you know what I mean?
Like
so
how?
I'm
Exactly.
like, okay, I'm going to be like Sean. I'm going to be like all of these other traders.
And that's an
good.
amazing mentality to have. The issue with a lot of people is like
Ego.
Not even ego. The first thing they do, you see something and you're like, no, this isn't possible because you're so small-minded.
Yeah.
You know, and that's usually what the world teaches you. Like in school, it teaches you to, get a job, things like that.
Yeah.
And just look for a promotion, 2% here, 5% here, which
Yeah.
is good. Like everyone has their own path at the end of the day, right? However, I think me and you specifically, like from talking to you, I already know this. Like you just want bigger,
Why
and
not? You only live
and you
one
have to be
life.
open-minded though. The thing is like you can't have like the thought process that no, this is impossible. Like how is he making $1 million a year?
Yeah.
And then you look at somebody else who's doing $10 million a year, and you're like, how are they doing $10 million a year?
Yeah.
It's not possible. Well, obviously it is because somebody else was able to do it.
And you want to know
People
what
have mega yachts. Like
mega
how?
yachts, exactly. We're about to go on a yacht tonight. And ever since
Yeah.
that I've like moved to Miami, like I've been on a couple boats now, and I realize it's like, bro, there's levels to the shit. I'm renting this
Literally.
for $2K tonight.
And
Someone owns
it,
this shit.
and is making a ton of money off of it too.
Bro. So that's going to be me for one. And also another thing that you were just talking about is like people are closed-minded. And there's actually a reason people are closed-minded, and it's because they don't seek opportunity. They look at every opportunity as a scam or like, oh, that's not true. You want to know what I did personally? And this was my whole entire like story on that. And it's a very short story, but like I was in a small town, Gibbstown, New Jersey, back in freaking East Jabumble. Small town, dude.
Yeah.
Went to school. My graduating class had 70 people in it in high school. Very small high school population. And I realized, okay, everyone is regular here because there's nothing extraordinary here. So you know what I did? I actually failed through high school, I'm not going to lie, because I had a passion. I saw people online doing it, like people like you, other traders, or other people making
Did you know
online
what
money.
you wanted to do?
Not necessarily. I knew I wanted to make online money. But I was at the point where I was like, I need to seek opportunity in order to actually like see what the world offers. Because when you grow up in a very small town, like you grew up in Florida, so you were probably around it a little bit. People like me, or maybe a lot of other people that think shit's a scam, they grow up with nothing
around
around
it in real life. All they see is like social media.
Exactly.
And they think it's like, oh, it's a rental. Oh, he's flexing fake money.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a fake watch.
You want to know what's funny? I actually got my car towed the other day in front of Moxie's. I go outside. I'm like, yo, it's not even here. I go 30 minutes to the car towing company. She's like, oh, bring your dad here, or this is a rental. I'm like, what the heck?
Why? Like,
what? Besides all that, it was so funny. I was literally laughing at her, and she was she had the meanest
You just
face
gotta
ever.
laugh at things like that.
Yeah,
It's funny.
I just gotta be genuine and keep it going. But the point that I'm getting at is people need to just get themselves out there, step in the water, try it, fuck it, just put $500 in an account, try trading, and just run it up.
At least now you know that it doesn't actually work.
Exactly.
At least you tried it.
Yeah.
At least you didn't. Because actually something crazy that I heard was if you get a gym membership, right? If you get a gym membership and you don't show up to work out.
Yeah.
And you don't get like buff or you don't get lean, did they scam you?
No, you just didn't put work in.
You didn't put the work in. So if you're seeing someone else do this and you are not putting the work in, is that person scamming you? Is that, or are they fake?
You know what? They're the fucking scam. It's not that, people, like I was saying, bro, people need to seek opportunity. Get yourself out there and just try new things. Get on the internet. Maybe DM people. Guys, I looked up Sean on Twitter and I searched up his Instagram because I'm not really on Twitter. And I saw this dude followed me. I was hype as shit. Yo, I looked at your Twitter. I followed you. I went on your Instagram to go follow you. And it said follow back. I'm like, what the heck? This dude follows me. Follow you back right away. And
I was hyped when you followed me.
Yeah, and I reached out to you. I was like, yo, what the heck? Because Sean's someone that I look up to with swing trading. And I was just trying to meet new people, get new opportunities. Guess what? I texted you. We're out to dinner. Now we're doing a podcast together. Now we're benefiting off of each other. We're good friends. And we're going to make a lot of money together and help each other out. And that's what a lot of people need to do. I feel like people say, well, I just have no like-minded friends. Man, go send 1,000 people a text message and ask them trading questions or something. Like, just take action. A lot of people just don't do. They just say and think. Thinking is like fucking daydreaming. You know what I mean? If people are not thinking and taking action on something, it's never going to become true. People think that they could just, oh, I want to day trade. Dude, you're never going to be a trader unless you just actually try it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just feel like people just need to get out of that like thinking phase in their life and just start doing shit. What's the worst that can happen?
The worst that can happen is you're back to where you were. That's literally what I always tell myself. Like whenever I try to start a new like business venture, not only trading, because as traders, I feel like we want to get into new businesses.
Bro, it's boring trading after a while. You know what I mean?
It's not only is it boring, but also it's a risk-on thing.
Yeah.
Like obviously we want to be the best traders, we want to make a ton of money, but we're always risking our hard-earned capital.
Facts.
And I'm sure a lot of people that are watching this probably know who like TJR is, right? He's going into like clothing brands and stuff like that. Like why not? Like I would not be somebody who like makes fun of that. Like I think that's awesome. I think that's branching out. It's creating your own brand and things like that. I think as traders it's actually good to have like more businesses.
I'm actually trying to create like an AI software to help traders with their emotions.
Dude, that would be...
Shouldn't have said that on here, but fuck, no, nobody's going to do that business better than me. And that's the passion that we were talking about. Like, dude, I'm so passionate about just helping people. Like that's, ever since that I've started making money with trading, I realized, damn, well, the younger me that was super fat, depressed, not in the spot that he wanted to be at, failing through high school. If I was at my lowest point in life and now getting to a point where I'm actually happy and making a lot of money, why can't everybody else? So now I'm sure you're at the point now, dude, you're teaching hundreds and thousands of people.
It also gives you purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's important because just the market itself, you don't really have that much purpose because you're just
what to do. You're
really taking money from people who lose on the other side.
Damn, you ever think of that?
Yeah.
Every time that you buy a contract, someone is selling their losing contract.
Yeah.
It's like a competition. And like at the point where we're at, we're consistently making money. Don't get me wrong, like we need to keep scaling. We need to keep going
100%.
bigger. But it gets to a point once you know that you have the skill down, it kind of gets to the point where it's like, I know what to do. I just got to apply it every day. It's boring. It gets to a repetitive pace, or phase. I think beginner traders fail so much because they overcomplicate it. They don't create an actual system, and they don't have like a reoccurring plan.
Yeah.
I do the same thing every single day. A routine with my trading, with my morning routine.
So what does a routine look like? Like what does a profitable routine look like?
Cool. That's actually a really good question.
Yeah.
I was going to make a video on that. So my routine personally, so I just bought a puppy. I like to wake up early in the morning. I take my dog for a walk. I like to come home. I drink my coffee, take my vitamins or whatever. Sometimes I'll get in the sauna or do a little workout before. But there's other times where I like to work out after trading because it makes me tired. But just basically to round everything up, I like to be very productive in the morning. I like to scan my stocks. So I get up, get a coffee, go outside, read a little bit of my Bible. I like to pray before market open, pray in the morning, scan my stocks, right? I'm always scanning stocks because there's some times where I've hopped on the charts at like maybe 850. Right? And I'm on there. I'm like, all right, I'm looking at stocks. I see setups. And then later in the day, I'm like, damn, I didn't see that. Well, if I got on 30 minutes earlier, I could have scanned a ton. So I like to get on, and I genuinely like to scan for at least 45 minutes on the best stocks. And it's not that you need 45 minutes to scan all of them. It's like, all right, I want to scan all of these stocks and out of the 50, I want to
know what
pick
the best
5. I want to pick
stocks
the
are.
5
So
stocks.
do you build like a watch list?
Yes,
in the
every morning.
Yeah.
Yep. So me
How
and
many
my
stocks do you like to build?
probably no more than like 5 to 8. I'll have a lot on my scan list, but something that I've seen that went wrong with my trading is I would have too many on my watch list, and it would
You
be
can't
like
catch-
it's
you
like a
can't
kid in
catch
a
them.
candy shop. It's like, oh
Yeah.
shit, I want to take this.
Yeah.
When realistically, you should go through the sectors and the certain themes in the market and realize, all right, what has the most potential? What has the highest ADR? What is the best setup? And those setups is what I pick, and then that's how I
think that's helped people a ton. I have like a ton of students and just people that I talk to in general when it comes to trading. They take like 50 positions.
Bro, that's why they're unprofitable.
And how do you manage that? Like, how do you? I mean, I know there's obviously some great traders who can do it, but I always say focus on the 4 to 5 stocks and get in with size.
Yeah.
Like, instead of having 1% on 20 stocks, why not have 3 stocks with 5 or 7%?
And with the best stocks.
The best stocks. The
And
ones that
they'll
are
make
leading the
money.
markets higher, the liquid leaders, the ones that you've seen have been working well.
And it's better mentally too, because when you have so many positions,
you don't
even
have
as
to just like run through it and get nervous.
It's
and
crazy.
In the morning, also you have more clarity because a lot of people miss a lot of things in the open.
Yeah.
Because you have to micromanage everything else.
Exactly.
I don't even know how people do it. I'm
Neither
not gonna
do
lie.
I. And that's
10,
also
15
that was
stocks
actually a problem
is
I had when I
crazy.
first when I first started trading. I would have like those 20 stocks on my watch list and be like, damn, I missed that. But if I just scouted out the exact stocks that I wanted to look for that were the best, you're going to make money. So for anybody that's watching this, start to really focus on just like the best of the best stocks and watch those run, right? Instead of just missing out on them and getting FOMO and taking a dookie stock with a 2% ADR, pick the best stocks and focus on those. And also, something that I wanted to talk about with you, you're really good with your discipline and you helped me with patience, right? At your mastermind, the Swim. I was about to say TOS. The Options Cartel. Sorry,
Options
I said
Cartel.
Options Cartel, which is
TOC.
TOC. Yeah. So his Discord is called the Options Cartel. He had a mastermind for all of his students, and he was live trading in the morning with everybody. You were live trading, and you didn't take one singular setup. There were so many stocks, you didn't take one. And at the last 20 minutes of market open, you caught a 40
Close. At the market close,
market close, 40% banger, and that's what happens when you stay patient.
Yeah.
So what did you do to like build that discipline of patience?
Dude,
I feel like that's what a lot of traders struggle with.
Yeah,
is just being patient.
That's a good question. I feel like it's something I struggle with a lot, like
Yeah.
early on. I think the reason why I was able to build the patience is because I realized how much not being patient was actually screwing me over.
Yeah.
Like, I would go into my trades and I'd be like, why did I, like, this is such a mediocre trade.
Yeah, you
like,
overthink it after.
Why? Like, this is so, like, there's no point to it.
Yeah.
And that would be my biggest losers because I would end up, like, even more so than the fact that the trade went bad, I would become emotional.
Yeah.
Because now I'm like, shit, I took 5 trades. I need to take another 5 to make this back.
Literally.
Because why, like, this is something I want to make back right away. You know, so when it got to the point where I was so patient, it became systematic.
Yeah.
Like, if this doesn't tick the boxes in my head, I think it's good even for like beginner traders to even have a checklist.
Yeah.
I think that's something that
and
can help.
that they should do for sure.
Like if you have like a criteria, like for example, stock gap's up, it's too far away from the moving averages, don't take the trade. If it's close enough, check the box.
You go.
If it ticks like at least 4 or 5 of your boxes, take the trade.
That's
what I do in my head.
That's a good thing that you were going over the checklist thing. I forgot to add that in my morning routine. I have a whiteboard right next to my trading setup, like a big ass whiteboard, and it says things that need to be checked off. I have my morning routine side, and then I have my trading checklist. Every time I'm looking for a setup when I'm scanning, I'm like, okay, did this do this? Check. Did this do this? Check. And I look at it. If it only checked 4 out of the 7, why would I take it? That's like a B setup, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of just like separates the really good setups to the really bad setups, and you realize what to take and what not to take.
And even if it's like a part of your system.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like a setup could be good, but the entry system or criteria is not there.
Yeah, and also
so you're taking a bad entry.
Yep, and you'll also manipulate yourself into thinking like, oh, this
I
looks
have to
decent.
get in.
Yeah, I'll just get into this, whatever. And that's just emotions talking. It's not a system. And ever since that, I've learned how to actually trade with a system. Dude, I can't tell you, I am so picky with what like my trades now.
Dude,
I'm so
strict. Picky.
Like, dude, it's like
I'd rather miss like 5 trades and hit like 1 or 2 like that
bangers. It's like I have OCD with stocks, bro. I need to make sure that it's perfect. If it's not, I'm not taking it. But A random question. I wanted to ask you because someone asked me this the other day. If you were to start from zero again, what would you do and how would you get to where you're at now?
Knowing the things that I know now or not knowing anything?
Not knowing anything, starting from zero.
Not knowing
That's
anything?
That's a good question, isn't it?
Sure,
yeah.
that's a good question.
On the
Well,
spot.
I guess I could say the easy answer would just do the same thing.
Yeah.
No, but actually, I'd say, first of all, the most important thing is stacking capital.
Yep.
If I'm going to be trading, right, the most important thing is capital. I can't make money
100%.
without money.
Can't.
So I would be stacking capital, and that's what I did before I got into trading, right?
Yeah.
I used to work summer jobs. Even though I started trading young, right? I wasn't someone who had like a full-time job or anything like that, but I would do summer jobs. I would, be a waiter. I would do things like, make money online too. Like I would try different businesses. Like I did Amazon FBA. Not a lot of people know that. These are all things that I've tried before.
Yeah.
And I stacked cash because you have to stack the cash. And from there, what I would do is I would paper trade because too many people just
Jump in it right away.
straight get into it. Let's see if I can even make money paper trading.
Yeah.
Like, why do I want to force myself to make money? I always say, like, why would you want to throw money into a furnace?
Yeah.
Like, you want to obviously make the market your ATM. You don't want to just throw cash
Exactly.
and burn
It's
it.
kind of like sports gambling. It's like people will throw all their money without even knowing something. You know what I mean? It's like, why would you go into trading with just throwing money in there without knowing a plan or anything?
It's because a lot of people come with like a gambling
Money
mindset.
oriented. They just want to get rich.
But for anyone that's watching this and anyone that's serious about actually leveling up their trading, you just have to think about it like this. Like, I always say this and I think this hits a lot of people. Would you rather make, let's say, $10,000 right now on the spot, right? Or have the skill to make $10,000 every single month for the rest of your life?
Yeah, exactly.
That's like an easy question because I mean, if you live 50 years, you're making over $5 million.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you either have 10K now or 5 million over the rest of your career. And think about the scalability that we talked about. You can scale that 10K the next year to 20K.
Yeah,
and then 30.
that's actually like the main. Remember when I was talking about like sales or any other regular job or any job?
Scaling.
I feel like with trading, like, bro, I'm not even joking. I think it's the best. And a lot of people actually hate on trading. They say it's gambling or you can't make money. And it's like, they just don't know what they're
It's
talking
just people
about.
that quit.
Or quit. Yeah, exactly. So with trading, my like favorite part about it is it's not like someone could say, this is how much you're going to make a year. No. How much I make a year is depending on who I am and what I do. You know what I mean? And my actions and my discipline. Dude, you can make 30 million. You can make 100 million. You can make 10 million. It's all different. And the best thing about it is like it's all up to you. So it's like a competition with yourself. It really makes you like a very disciplined, dedicated person. So like with trading, you know how we were talking about we want to go into other businesses and do this. In these other businesses, now we're going to have the discipline, the motivation, and the drive to get shit done no matter what it takes because we know what we had to go through with trading.
And I think trading like taught me everything about myself. It's like a journey.
It's crazy.
It's a journey. You go through a journey of transformation. Not only do you learn like all your weaknesses, you learn your strengths, you learn the stuff that you didn't even know about yourself.
It'll kill your ego.
It'll kill your ego. It'll humble you. Sometimes I don't know if this has happened to you, but I've had times where I was like so mentally like done with trading that I would literally like delete my broker, just dip out, and I was like, I'm never coming back.
When I was unprofitable, it was different. I was to the point where I just kept losing. I would just full port
come
my
back?
whole account.
Yeah.
No, I'd full port that shit. So I'd be like, I'm so done with trading. Like, I just keep losing. Fuck it. Next trade, I'm going in full size.
Oh shit! And then you blow it up.
Blow it up, and then you're even more depressed, and then
Yeah.
you keep digging yourself into a hole that's deeper.
And this is important. The only way to get out, what got you out of a hole like that? Because some people, I'm pretty sure most people watching this are probably either there or close to it.
Yeah, so it's all passion, discipline, and drive. I feel like if you want it that fucking bad,
And taking like
you will get it.
action to actually switch your habits.
Exactly. It's all mindset. I feel like I was just talking about this at your mastermind. It's physically two things. You either press buy or you press sell, right? It's literally two things that you have to do.
Or you don't press
physically.
anything.
Or you don't press anything.
Yeah, which
So,
is
like,
sometimes even better than pressing
exactly.
anything. Yeah.
But the point is that like realistically, it's not hard to trade physically. It's all mindset. It's all mental. So what I would have done, like let's say when I was in that deep hole, because I was losing thousands of dollars. I lost over 15K when I first started when I was 17, 18 years old.
That's a ton of money for.
Bro, it was
a
hard. I
17-year-old.
had nothing. So I was in such a deep hole.
Yeah.
I'm talking about me and my boy, we were losing together. We would cry some nights. Like no
Yeah.
weird shit. Like we would dead
I
ass
would do the
cry
same thing.
and be so lost in life. And the people that are in that hole, the only way of getting out of that is literally changing. Because I say
You have to change though. That's the thing. Too many people come back and then they do the same thing.
same thing.
And then they wonder why it doesn't change.
Exactly. Nothing changes if nothing changes. I feel like if you want your life to change, you have to change as a person.
You have to put the
You have to
the
change
work
your
in.
habits. Every thought that you have, like let's say you think about being a profitable trader, you think about sticking to your plan, you go into that next day, and then you go against your plan, right? That's just a thought, right? You got to turn this into a habit. You have to turn discipline into a habit.
But I do want to say, like, you don't have to do it all at once, I
No.
would say. Because too many people think it's like all or nothing. Like, obviously, yeah, you want to be at that point where like you're doing everything possible to change.
Yeah.
But you
Take
can
it step
start
by step,
taking
bro.
it step by step. Are you noticing one specific mistake that you're making? Are you averaging down?
Yeah.
Let's say, are you averaging down? It's gonna be impossible for you as like a human. Like, dude, our brain is so crazy strong.
Yeah.
Like, if you have the habit ingrained, I've heard someone say this. I don't know. I think it was one of the traders that I look up to that won the U.S. investing champion. I'm not sure which one, but someone said it's like getting someone out of bad habits is like getting a crackhead off coke
Off crack.
or like heroin.
Bro, that's actually
Bro,
crazy.
it's literally like
Yeah.
they did a study on this. I'm not
Yeah.
even kidding. Like, I could probably find the source, but someone did a study on like bad habits in trading and gambling in general. Because obviously, if you have bad habits, you're basically a gambler.
100%.
If we want to be realistic, so you have to slowly. You're not going to be able to get out of the bad habit right away. Like, you can't just like be like, oh, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, your brain is going to take you back to that spot. So what could you do? Well, you're going to slowly start like moving out of having that bad habit. So are you going to average down again? Probably, if you're being honest with yourself. But is that average down going to blow your account this time?
No, exactly.
No. So now maybe you're going to take a bigger loss than you should have, but you're slowly cutting it out to the point where now you realize, oh shit, if I actually do the right thing,
You're getting at
I'm
something.
going to make money.
Yeah. You're
I'm
getting
gonna
at
make
something
money.
I talk about all the time. 1% better
Every day.
every single day. You don't have to try to full port to get 10% a day or try to be this much better. If you could just be better and focus on little habits every single day, that consistency will compound over time. People focus on getting results too quick in the gym by either, who knows, taking steroids or something, getting quick in trading or getting rich quick in trading. What do? They over leverage or anything. They try to do it quick because they're impatient and they want results quick.
I'm not going to lie. I was someone who's super impatient.
Oh, me too. I'm impatient with everything. That's why when I'm talking to you about, because I'm about to go to Italy with my boy on a trip, and I'm like, Sean, you've been there probably 3 times now. Like, is the flight bad? I'm impatient as hell. I can't sit on a plane for 13 hours. I'm tweaking.
I want everything quick. Like, especially when I do any business or even, like you said, the gym.
Yeah.
I used to be huge into fitness, and I would be super competitive. And I think that's a part of being competitive. You just want it, like, you want to be the best.
Fast, and
you
it
want
makes
to
you
be the
mad.
best right now.
Yeah, and it makes you mad.
And when you look at other people, you're like, why am I not there?
That was me with, like, literally you,
so
bro.
you always want to take the shortcuts, but then you realize, I think at a certain point in your life, I don't know if maybe it's your, like, the age, or I guess some people are still older and they still have these issues.
Yeah.
I think it's like, at some point, though, you just have to realize, like, the shortcuts are going to make you actually fall back.
They will.
Like, the shortcuts are take away
The
from your progress.
shortcuts are like you're trying to go through to get different doors. Those different
through
doors.
a maze versus just going like straight
Those
through.
doors are leading you
Even
to,
though you're going slow, you know, you're actually like building the right things that are necessary to take you there. So what I always say is like, you could build the person that you're going to become. You know, like you have to build the person that you're going to become, and you might already be there right now, but the results aren't showing. But all that matters is that you continue to build that because the results will follow.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
even when, like, for example, if you look at any successful like businessman or entrepreneur, Amazon or even like Apple, like when they were building computers, did they think that they were going to make, you know, the biggest company in the world? No, they just wanted to make computers, and they did it the right way, and they built the best product. That's the same thing with trading. You have to build the best system and follow the system, and that's when you get results.
Yeah, you gotta have a path. I feel like nobody has a path or a plan. They don't even know where they want to be. And I was talking about this with my boy. It's like people will get into a car with no direction, right? If you're getting into a car with no directions, you don't know where you're going in life, you're going to drive somewhere and go somewhere in life that you do not want to be. So I feel like ever since that, I started creating a plan with my trading. I started creating my system and started creating good habits. Yeah, I do. And I think, like I was saying, like you just have to go in the right direction and know the direction you want to go in. Because if you go in life with just damn, I don't know what's going on. You're going to end up somewhere that you don't want to be. And yes, to answer your question, goals 100%. If you don't have goals, what are you striving for?
Yeah, you're not
If you
striving
don't
for
have a
anything.
purpose, then what are you doing this for, right? I
Yeah.
feel like that's why people also don't make it, because they're not purpose driven. They're progress driven, right? They're only
Yeah.
focused on the progress and how you can get rich quick, when realistically you should have a purpose on why you're doing this. Like me, I have grandparents that are still working at 50, 60 years old.
Yeah.
That is my purpose. I want to make sure that they have the life that they've wanted to live forever because they took care of me. You know what I mean? So when I see that, and I see that I have the opportunity to change other people's lives, that's my purpose, and I'm driven by that every single day.
So let me ask you, like, I'm always curious about this when it comes to traders. Like, what is your end goal? Like, what do you want to do?
End goal is to just, dude, this is actually kind of crazy to say. I don't care about money. Money doesn't really drive me. What drives me is the thing that money can do. So people would be like, does money make you happy? It's not money that makes you happy.
It's
It's
what it
what
gives
the
you.
money can do.
Yeah.
Like me personally, I don't want to be trading when I'm like 60 years old. I think I want to make so much money, maybe like one trade a month or something.
Just for the itch.
Yeah, it's like, let me throw a
Yeah.
mill into this
A
when I'm
milli.
60.
Cool
Fuck it.
milli.
But yeah, I want to just travel the world with my wife, with my kids. I want to have a cool house, some dogs, backyard, freaking dirt bikes. I want a boat. That's my type
Just
of
the
stuff.
the stuff that makes
And
you
just travel.
happy.
Yeah, I feel like people are so just like money.
They strive for like, oh, this guy's a G-Wag, like I need to get
Yeah, dude.
this, or
Dude, I literally.
even though a V12 is like, I want a V12.
Yeah, that shit's fire. I want an SVJ,
Yeah.
but like,
But that's not why we do it.
no, like, bro, it's
you
kind
can't
of.
strive for that. It has to be more than
Yeah,
that.
it's
Obviously, give your parents a good life, give
Yeah.
your family a good life. Like
100%.
I want my kids to be like, they're going to school
Yeah.
and like the kids are.
I want my
asking,
kids to be
"How
like, that's
is-"
daddy's money.
Yeah. Like, yo,
That's a
what does your
compliment.
dad do?
Yep. Either that's daddy's money, and then his wife is a MILF. That's
Yeah.
the biggest compliment. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's fire, bro. And what we were saying about like the V12 or cars or shit, bro. 2 years ago, bro, when I tell you I was getting like itchy for a Corvette, I thought that was the coolest shit in the world. I drove in one, like, bro, Corvette is insane. I'm 20 years old. I just got a Corvette. And I just bought like my dream penthouse, or not penthouse, skyrise, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know how every kid on the internet,
Calls
I
it a
want to live,
penthouse.
I want to live,
Yeah.
yeah, that too. But I want to live in Miami. I want to have cool cars. Trust me, that was me. Started making money trading. Started doing good for myself. Got it, bro. It doesn't make
Yeah.
me that happy.
It-
My car gets me from my house
Point A
to
to
here,
point B.
and it's cool. Yes, the engine roars and it's a fast ass car, but like, is that really gonna make me happy forever? No.
It's not. It's like I'd say it's like a quick dopamine.
Quick dopamine, and then it's like right back to the next thing,
Yeah.
bigger and bigger and bigger.
But at the end of the day, I feel like everyone has their own like thing that they enjoy.
Yeah.
So for example, if you're someone who loves cars and you
Yeah.
want to have a car collection,
Then that's
and that's
sick.
what you go for, that's what you should do.
Yeah.
But like you should strive for the things that
Passion.
you love.
The passion, of
Like,
it, we
dude,
were
some
talking
people might just like going to hostels
Yeah.
and traveling the world.
Yeah.
Or they might like luxury travel. I don't know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like maybe you don't even want a car. Like maybe you care
wanna
less and you don't
backpack.
want to drive it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So make the money so you could do that thing, but don't get caught up
Yeah.
in like things that you don't need.
I feel like
If
yeah.
you put on a watch and you look at it and you're like, is this really making me happy? And you're saying no, like sell the watch and do something
Yeah.
that you like to do. But if you like the watch and you like to have a watch collection, like
Yeah.
everyone's interested in different things. That's the thing.
It's the same thing with like literally a watch. I bought my first Rolex last
It's
year.
clean, by the way.
Thank you so much. And I'm like, yo, this shit's sick for the first week, and now it's just like, bro, it feels like a regular watch. This
Yeah.
does not like make me happy every day. What deadass makes me happy is like, let's give an example. A couple weeks ago, I hosted my trading mastermind for Boca Trading, my Discord and my community, and I had like 60 people fly out, whole community. Bro, I'm walking in there, everyone's smiling, meeting each other. That feeling makes me happy forever
Yeah.
now. Flew my little brother out with me. We were on not first class, but like the seats right below it. I don't know, because first class was full on my flight.
Yeah.
So I got him a really nice flight. We got a freaking section for ourselves, and he's happy. He can't wait to get to Miami. He's never been anywhere, and I paid for that flight, right? And that makes me feel good, because it's not necessarily money that I love. Seeing my little brother smile on his face, bro, that was that will stick with me forever. And
Yeah.
that feeling motivated the fuck out of me to keep doing better,
Yeah.
right? To make more money so I can do that for everyone, right? I flew my grandma out here. She went out to eat with me, and like her friend actually came with her as well. Took them to Zara. I bought them.
I saw that.
Yeah, I bought them clothes and shit. And like
Dude,
I'm
that's
sitting,
what it's all about.
yeah,
like,
it's insane, bro. That
Yeah.
shit makes me happy. Not the cars, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. You're gonna see me in the lamb chop soon, but like, you know what I mean? That's
what
not
lamb chop? What lamb chop do you want?
probably a STO or a Huracan first.
Dude, an STO.
Also, this is a random ass topic
Yeah.
to talk about. I see like all these kids nowadays getting
Okay.
fucking SVJs and all these crazy cars at 20 years old. This is my opinion on it. They're gonna get all of this shiny ass shit while they're young, and then they're gonna
They're
get
not gonna
to
have anything to
23.
strive
Bro,
for.
they're not gonna have it. You're getting the
Yeah.
best of the best. Someone hated on me. They're like, bro, why you get a Corvette? That Corvette's ass. For one, why are you worried about me? What color is your shit?
Yeah.
For
sure.
two, what, like, dude, why would you start out a Lamborghini? What's after a fucking Lambo? A yacht
I guess you
or
get a
some shit?
Koenigsegg.
Yeah.
Have you seen those?
Like, yes,
Dude,
bro,
those
they're
are sick.
crazy, bro. But, like, the point is, I want to go from, like, the Corvette,
Yeah.
then maybe this, and then that. And I want to keep going and striving for
You
bigger.
are you into cars? Is that like something you, or it's like
I like them. It's
yeah,
like
it's
mid, bro.
that's
Like, they're cool. Like, I love them, bro. I like McLarens. Like, a 720S is
Yeah.
also another dream car of mine. What about you?
I feel like I've been like getting into it. Like
Yeah.
I don't think it's something that I genuinely had a passion for like before.
Especially
like I've never been a car guy.
Yeah, me neither. I actually started to get more into it ever since I moved to Miami.
Yeah.
Because you see all of
All
them.
the cool
Like,
cars.
yo, that shit's fire. The Lambo, Bugatti there. And it's like,
Dude, I used to. I think
crazy.
you two. I used to drive a Tesla,
yeah, I used to drive a Tesla.
and I was like, the Tesla's like cool. It's like I thought honestly it was like a good car.
Yeah,
and it is.
bro, it was.
It's a good car. But I'm saying now I feel like I've kind of got like a
Yeah.
weird appreciation for like engines
Yeah.
and I'm trying to
Yup.
learn about it and
Me
like
too. I don't
same
know
thing with
anything.
watches. Like I'm trying to get into like I don't know. I feel like genuinely watches are like cool. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I like looking at different watches,
Bro,
different
me
movements,
too.
things like that.
I just went to Timepiece Trading, and the owner, Neil, had like a crazy fucking
RM.
Richard Mille
Yeah.
one. And it wasn't like the big ones that everyone has. It was like a flat one with diamonds all over it and then like a green face. And I was like, damn, that shit looks crazy. How
It's
much is that? He
crazy.
said, 180,000. I'm like, hey, 180K for a watch.
Yeah, I don't know if I do 180 for a watch.
Yeah, me neither. I'd
But
rather-
watches do hold value.
Yeah, and
They
when
do
you're
hold value.
balling crazy, because like we said, trading has no cap, and me and you are going to get there because of our passion, and everyone else is watching this. You just have to be dedicated. Fuck it. We're going to have the money to buy shit like that. It's going to be amazing, bro. And we're not just buying it for like ourselves to be happy. We're buying it because we can, and we just want to try different shit. And that's, I think, the fruits and the labor of making money trading. You could just do and get whatever you want. You could try what's offered in the world. You know what I mean?
And then you could find your passions.
Yeah, that's
and
how
then
you
it
find
gives you
your
it gives you your
passions.
time. It gives you like the best thing about trading. It gives you time.
Yes,
it gives
time
you
is everything.
And you can like no other job allows you to buy your time back.
No.
And that's the most important thing. Like time is something that is worth more than money because it's like the only thing that people can't get back is their time.
100%.
Like if you look at billionaires, right? You literally go and ask them like, would you want to be 30 years younger and
Have
not
a
have any of
billion.
your fortune?
Yep.
And they always say 30 years younger.
Yep, that's-
Because they want to have their time back. So trading allows you to buy your time back, allows you to do the things that you love. Plus, if you can start getting into it early and build a skill, now you're rich young,
Yeah.
which I think is a plus. I think it's
Bro.
always good to be doing that, like, because it's funny. Me and my fiance, we love traveling. I go to like a bunch of different countries and stuff like that. I'm always the youngest in the room, and I feel like it's so like
Feels
it's,
good.
it feels good.
Yeah.
Not only that, but like it like I'm not hating on anyone for traveling, later on down the line, but when you're young, you're in your physical prime, right? Like
100%.
I can snowboard, I can do all this, and I feel like awesome after.
Yeah.
If I was doing that at like 50, 60,
Yeah.
I feel like my knees would be sore, and I would
Yeah.
like you could do it. I'm not saying you can't,
But it's
right?
gonna be way less enjoyable.
It's gonna be
in my
way less
opinion.
enjoyable, and you're not. Also, like I like to be competitive as well with that. Like
Yeah.
I like to be a good snowboarder.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
why not? Or like when I try surfing, like I want to get good at those things.
We should go snowboarding. I've never been.
Yeah, we should
Yeah,
go
that'd
snowboarding.
be
We
fire.
should host an event and then go
Yo,
snowboarding.
in like Aspen or
Yeah.
something. Ooh, that
And
would
then
be fire.
everyone comes out to snowboard.
Everyone, that's fire. That
Yeah,
would be sick.
that's my plan. Like that's what I want to
See,
do.
like this is the shit that I'm talking about. A lot of people because I just moved to Miami, and I'm not gonna lie, growing up at or in a small town in Jersey, always being like that beach kid, because there's the Jersey Shore. Have you
Yeah.
ever heard of the
Yeah,
Jersey
yeah.
Shore? So
I've
I grew.
been.
You been?
Yeah.
Nice. So I grew up
Atlantic
down
City,
there.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's where I'm near. So I grew up down there. I've always been just that normal dude. Like I just want to. I want to wear my flip flops, my shorts, and my nice T-shirt. And
Yeah.
ever since moving to Miami, everyone over here cares about cars, status, you have to validate everybody. And this is not for me. So for like the long term, like we were talking about, what's your passion after trading? Bro, I want to move the fuck out of Brickell, Miami. I do not want to stay here forever. I'm just being honest.
Yeah. Where do you want to live?
That's a good question. I feel like
that's a good
you
question.
You don't want to like make
I'm trying to
goals.
think. I'm trying to think.
I gotta
where...
travel everywhere to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude, you know what would be crazy? This is something I'm really trying to get into. It's a different like business avenue, but I want to get a bunch of different like houses, Airbnb them in different countries,
and just visit all the time.
The funny thing is, I already have like a little bit of a business in this. I have a few in Florida, and I want to like get into just putting them in different countries.
Bro,
dude,
Thailand,
could you imagine
Bali.
having it? Yeah, like Bali, you just go whenever you want to,
bro, have you ever been to Bali?
And it's making you money. Nah, I've never been to Bali.
Is it cool? I feel like a lot of people say to go there for taxes and stuff.
I feel like. Well, taxes, I'm not sure, but I feel like you get like, I'm kind of scared of the Bali belly, bro. Have you heard of that? You never heard of the Bali belly?
Bali belly?
Yeah.
No, what
it's like when you eat the food there, you get like some crazy like stomach aches and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard of something in
you start shitting bricks, bro.
Really? Oh hell.
Yeah, I don't know.
I heard of something in Thailand where it's like the lady men. What is that?
Oh, it's like
crazy, some crazy shit. Yo, so I was in my
lady boys.
Oh, lady boys. I was in my Discord call the other day, and I'm talking about because I'm about to go to Mykonos and Italy and everything, and they're like, you should go to Thailand. And then someone randomly,
lady boys, bro.
Yeah, someone commented, yo, you're gonna see lady boys, and I'm like, huh, what the fuck is that? And then someone sent a picture of one. I'm like, yo, that's a dude.
Yeah.
Shit, I would fall for that shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
You would fall for it, bro.
No,
you can't. It's unrecognizable, bro. If you don't know. You don't know.
That shit's crazy. I think this is like what I'm talking about, like how we're having a genuine conversation and like with all traveling and cool shit. This is what I do trading for. Not to, like I said, materialistic shit. So we can snowboard and freaking bring people out. So we can go to Thailand, see the lady boys. So we can go to Bali and do all this cool stuff. This is what this shit's about, bro. Just having fun with life, bro. And I think that's what trading is going to bring for me in the future, for all
and everybody else, dude. I have a student who came to the event, right? You probably met him, Steven.
Yes.
And he genuinely said that like his life has been changed from trading.
Bro, 100%.
Like it's inspiring when you hear about it online, but then like genuinely seeing someone come down and they're like, dude, trading has changed my life.
Yep.
Like going from things that you've had happen in your life, like medical debt, things like that, and being able to turn that around. And now he can travel to like, obviously he can go wherever he wants. Yeah. You can go to Miami, you can go to different places.
He came to your event.
He came to my event and he's living it.
He's
like
a beast.
And it's proof that like it's not it's tangible for other people. Like I want everyone genuinely like watching this is like tangible to be able to do it because there's people that literally show you that it's tangible.
Yeah.
There is.
With my community is a lot like younger, so they don't have like a lot of capital. So I'm trying to teach younger people how to trade. Yeah. Your community is a lot older, but there was this one guy in my community. He actually joined my program. He's 40 years old. I'm like, oh crap, I've never had a 40-year-old to teach. I wonder if he's teachable because you know how like some people are very easy to teach and then hard. Yeah. So and I like all of it. I like making sure everyone learns and is knowledgeable with my strategy and everything. I'm teaching this 40-year-old dude he makes more than me for one, so it makes me a little jealous. I'm like, yo, you paying for lunch? But like, he's 40 years old. He has 3 kids because he can't hop on like the nightly Discord calls because he's like, I gotta put my kids to bed. Yeah. Bro made $20K in 1 week and was like, I was in debt and everything. Now I can feed my kids and shit. And I'm like, damn, I was able to help a freaking 40-year-old. Yeah. Like one of your testimonials with one of your students, bro. What was your biggest testimonial? I just saw it in your Discord. I forget exactly what it said.
Biggest testimonial, like how much money somebody made?
Yeah, I swear I saw something in your Discord.
I had a person, I don't even know how he was able to do this. I guess I do. Way more money than I've ever made.
Really?
Like $600K.
What?
In like a trade.
On one trade?
On one trade.
Options or shares? Had to be options. Yeah.
Options. What? And it was Tesla like 4 months ago.
Tesla will do
one of the craziest trades I've ever taken in my life. That's nuts. But like you said again, like being able to see people like change your life on like that one trade that you talked about is crazy. But then the thing is like we want to make sure that they're doing it again. Yeah. You know, it's not one trade and then you move on to the next and you blow it all up. Because if you don't have the correct mindset, that's what ends up happening. You have to think about it like, okay, I had a really good trade. Why did this work out? Yeah. Not like, oh, I'm going to do this again tomorrow. Facts. Because if you think you have a 50K day then tomorrow you go like, oh, this is normal. I can make 50K
Yeah, it's where
tomorrow.
people
You
get
over risk and then you lose
overconfident.
everything, and then
Yep.
you're like, well, shit, I don't actually know how to trade because I just got lucky.
And they're just not systematic. I feel like I like to say you have to be robotic with your trading, not your emotions though, right? You have to
Yeah.
be robotic with your system and your strategy. Just do the same thing every single day, every day. With your emotions, right? A lot of traders will teach people you have to be robotic with your emotions. Bro, that's probably the worst thing you could tell somebody because as humans, we are emotional.
Yeah.
We're going to feel like
But that's
we
also
missed
where
out.
your edge comes from.
Yeah.
Because think about it, like hedge funds could just program algorithms to trade,
Facts.
which they do. They're still algorithms, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, somebody else has to be taking the trade on the other side,
Yeah.
you know? So even though they program algorithms and all these things, a lot of the times it's traders themselves that have like the human intuition that you
Yeah.
can't teach a robot. Like
Facts.
that's a lot of people also tell me like, is AI going to take over the
No,
trading industry?
I don't think so.
There's been algorithms for what, 40 years
Yeah.
already? Like they've been doing high frequency trading and algorithms and stuff like that for 20, 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
And there's still traders out there that are showing incredible success. They're
Yeah.
not trading with algorithms. They're
No.
trading with their intuition, with their edge. And you know why? Like somebody talked about this. His name is David Ryan. He's a former U.S. investing champion. And he says like, he traded 50 years ago, right? The charts, right, that he saw 50 years ago look exactly the same like they look today.
Really?
Like, dude,
That makes me
could
more
you
confident.
could you imagine? Yeah, it makes you super confident because you're like, oh
Yeah,
shit, like now
shit.
I have 50 years of
Yeah.
at least being able to do it. But like, could you imagine back then, 50 years ago? Maybe there was already like computers and stuff, but like hand drawing the thing and the pattern looks exactly the same as
Yeah.
it looks on like a computer.
That's why I'm so confident in like my edge and like even your edge. You're probably as well. And I feel like that's why we're gonna make a lot. And this isn't in an egotistical way. It's just the fact. I think that we are going to make a lot more money than other people with other strategies that have not been proven to work over
Yeah.
at least 30 to 50 years. Like people will trade this like a random strategy. And I'm not saying it's not going to work, but like do you have proof that it works for 50
Yeah.
plus years, right? Is this going to be able to replace your income? Are you going to be able to consistently do this? And is it
Or is it gonna
proven?
get patched?
Or is it going to get patched? Literally, like the
Patched.
market changes all the time. And if you don't have something that you know that works, right?
That's
Simple
why I
as
brought
that.
up that's why I brought up the David Ryan thing because
Yeah.
I think again it's so funny though because people will make fun of me on like TikTok, right?
Bro, they
I
always
think I
do.
think TikTok is like the number one place where people just look at like ICT and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They'll make fun of me, and if you guys aren't familiar with ICT, it's inner circle trader. It's like I think it's like some concepts that someone started to develop because they started to kind of like they wanted to be different and be like, oh, if you don't trade the same thing, you're stupid.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't trade, oh, this is a smart money concept. It's kind of like adding like a Fugazi on top of
Just trying to be different. But
It's trying to
being
be
different is
different,
not that good at
necessarily
trading.
not that good because if you see what actually the best traders have done for years,
Just wanna copy
you'll
them.
notice that it's like, okay, think about it. If I'm getting into a sport, right? If I want to start getting really good at basketball, right? And I feel like I'm a shooter, right? Who am I looking at?
Curry.
Curry,
100%.
right? So it's the same thing. If I'm looking at a swing trader, I'm going on Google.com, right? I'm typing, who's the best swing trader in the world?
Yes.
Verifiable facts, right? And it pulls up the best swing trader in the world. Would I want to copy his strategy or would I want to copy ICT
Yeah.
or any of this?
Or make up
yeah.
a random strategy
make
to
up a random
seem
strategy.
cool. I feel like people make up strategies or even do ICT for social media.
Just to be your like
Yeah.
just to say that like you're doing something that you're really not. Like and then the funny thing is like all these strategies are really something that was already there.
Yes.
Just trying to brand it and like make it overcomplicated and like for I need the turtle soup.
Yeah.
Or I need the turtle neck into the
Yeah,
IVG
right.
with the GBV. And
That
then,
shit is-
like
bro.
you're just again I'm not saying like you can't make money that way. I'm sure there's people that have done it. I
You
don't want to
can,
like
but-
I don't want to rain on anybody's parade. If you're making money doing that, keep doing it.
Yeah.
You know? But if you want to genuinely make wealth, I think, right? First of all, the best way to make wealth in stocks is buy and hold,
Yeah.
right? Like just buy stocks and hold them for years.
Yeah.
That's where generational wealth comes from. If you bought Nvidia like 12 years ago, you bought like $100,
Dude.
you made probably I think
I'm
it's up
getting
like
FOMO
12,000%
by
or anything
sitting
like
here.
that. Yeah, like you're making a ton of money. So you can't guess which companies are going to do good, but sometimes you can just grab the best names,
Yeah.
hold them for years, and that's where the real wealth comes. But what I like to do, and this is something I told you that you should also start doing, is make money from trading or any other like income source that you like, you have a skill, a business, anything like that. Anybody that's working a 9 to 5, you can do the same thing as well, and stack it into long-term investments. Because again, the highest vehicles of return, right? Like if you look at how many millionaires were made from one thing, right? Stocks and real estate, right? And it's the two things that you have to be. Again, it's like time in the market versus just trying to time it, right? That's like a saying, timing the market versus time in the market. If you're in the market for a certain period of time, 20, 50, like 30 years, the markets are going up, right? People try to overcomplicate it, bro. Like it might sound like when you dumb it down, it might sound stupid the way I'm saying it, right? Like I'm an airhead, but I feel like more so I'm just looking at statistics. Like why would I want to try to be different and be like, oh no, you have to look for the great crash and you have to catch this, and this is where you're gonna make money.
Numbers talk.
You make money when you dollar cost average stocks, hold them for a long period of time. That is where wealth is built.
That's why when I see these traders, like a lot of these new traders are like trading on these fucking prop firms and trying to copy trade 7 accounts and turn $50 into $500, right? They'll buy these prop firms. And I'm not saying prop firms don't work, but I do think that they're over fantasized on social media, and a lot of these people are just trying to just get sold a dream, right? Like people will tell you,
because think about it, a lot of them get like affiliate commissions.
Yeah, bro. That's
why they sell.
These creators will post 90% off.
I know somebody who they showed their earnings. At least they're they'll do it. He makes $1 million a month.
From affiliates on prop firms, and that's why I don't like the prop firms, because it's like they're selling you a dream. You get a prop firm 80% off.
If they're making though like $5 million a month, then how much are people losing? You know what I mean?
Oh, you know that, bro. Well, you obviously
if they're
know
making money, you're losing.
Prop firms making money is you losing. So that's why I would always say, if your favorite mentor that you look up to is saying, buy this prop firm with my code, do you know that they're making money from their students losing? That's why, for one, I would never create my own prop firm, because I would be making money from my students lose. That's why I personally don't really, it's not that I don't like them, but I would never really put myself in a circle with someone that is making money from their students losing. I feel like it's pretty ignorant and it's just not ideal. And also, prop firms are like a dream, you're getting sold a dream. They say, oh, it's 80% off. You can buy these prop firms for $40. And if you get a payout, you can make fucking $600 or $2,000. Bro, that's like the old-fashioned fucking Cash App glitch that I used to see on Snapchat. Yo, send me $500, you'll get $5,000. It's like, bro, they're being sold a dream, and the reason a lot of people are doing it is because, for one, broke people can do it. If you're broke as fuck, you can trade. It's $14 for an account.
Before this, it was all like you had to have capital.
Exactly.
So now it gets a lot of people into trading, which honestly is a good thing. I just hope that people understand that trading is not something where you can come in with $10 and turn it into $1 million.
No, people think that. It's insane.
And that's why I hope that prop firms don't actually make people think like that, and they quit before they actually see what the real trading is.
They quit before they see what they should actually do, because most people are embedding this mindset into traders that if you just trade on this prop firm and it's $50, you can flip it. It makes them feel like that's a gambling mindset, in my opinion. It's not an actual edge or a strategy or a system or a real way to compound an account over time. It's just oh, if you buy this account, you can get this. It's just like a hope or a dream, or you can do that. And I don't like talking about it too much because it low-key gets to my head, because I hate seeing these traders just create bad habits. It creates bad habits. They get into the habit of oh, well, if I pass these accounts and if I pass these rules, bro, trading, you shouldn't have to pass rules to be able to make money. You're a trader. Why do you have to listen? It's if you're trading under a prop firm, I look at it as you trade a 9 to 5. You literally have a 9 to 5. You're under a boss if you're trading under a prop firm. That's my opinion.
I actually never thought about it like that. You're literally...
You have rules.
You have rules. You can't... Yeah.
Bro, and some of these prop firms won't even pay you out.
No, that is a completely different story. Right?
That's
not
insane.
That's another... that's the main reason I think that I'm against prop firms. They could just decide not to pay you out.
100%.
Who says the prop firm can't just say, "Oh, you broke the rules"?
You want to know what's funny? And not all, and that is true. And most of the 20-year-old traders like me that are trying to make money, they won't scroll all the way down on these websites and realize that print. They are not SEC certified, right? They're not FIRNA licensed. They're not any of that, right? And it's all simulated returns. A lot of the numbers can be faked. A lot of stuff can just Dude, these prop firms, to say it just real quick, they're backed by faceless owners that are making money off of people losing, and they're not SEC registered or FIRNA licensed, and
Yeah.
it can be faked and it's simulated. So that's why I recommend, me personally, like for my students or anybody that I'm teaching new, for one, you're not going to get rich quick. For two, get a job. Indeed.com. You need money to trade. Go to Indeed, put on the cap, put the fries in the bag, and work. And people are like, that's a bad thing. You're hating on 9-to-5s. No, I'm an advocate for 9-to-5s.
I've said that multiple times too.
You need to work.
You need to have a job to
while
put
you're
money
trading
into your account.
People,
because even if you don't have like a revenue, an income source, right? What that's gonna do is put your back against the wall.
Yeah.
To the point where you're gonna get like too anxious, like, oh, I need to make money to pay rent or whatever like that, right? Like we want to be able to have a little bit of freedom. Like, let's say for example, I feel like this is good for you too. When I started having other businesses, I feel like that elevated my trading.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of people like to hate on that. Like, oh, you make money doing this, or you make money doing this. You have a community, you have a program or whatever like that. Yeah, I'm helping a ton of people.
Why would I not get reimbursed for that?
You're giving people value, right? It's not like you're just taking their money and leaving away. But not only that, you're also putting yourself in a position where you could take more risk as a trader,
100%.
right? Because now you have maybe something to fall back on. And not only that, you have like that mindset that, okay, I can take more risk and I can, really elevate this. And just like, people hate on people to have like program services and things like that. Why do the best traders write books? Or why does like somebody who is the best at what they do, why do they teach other people? One, it's the purpose. Two, it's why not? Why not? Why not share the knowledge that you have?
Listen, if I've worked my ass off from zero to hero and done really good with what I'm doing, why would I not try to help another human being out to get to a spot that they want to be at in life? Of course, my time is, I look at it not in an egotistical way. Your time is money, right?
Yeah.
You have to look at it and value yourself. So if I'm going to teach someone a skill that took me 3 years, of course I'm going to charge for it. Is that a bad thing? Not at all. People look at it as a bad thing because they're just either jealous or, I don't know.
They're small-headed.
Small-headed, that's all it is.
It's really crazy. Like, a lot of people just don't understand how much money there is in the world.
Yeah, there's too
Like,
much.
it's so abundant. And the crazy thing is, like, the government just printing it, right? If the government is printing money, right?
Why can't we?
Why why can't we? Like, this shit's not real. Like, money's not real because the government's just printing it. So inflation is going up, right? Asset values are inflating. If the government's gonna keep printing money, there's so much money out there to get. It's like, dude, it's so crazy. When I see things like materialistic things in general, I'm just always thinking to myself, like, there's so much money out there to get. You just need a piece. Like, I don't even want to be someone who's like, I don't care about having $1 billion, right? I want to be comfortable. I want my family to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And I think it's so much more achievable than people put it out to be.
Yeah.
But like I said, people are small-minded. They're like, oh, you make $20K a month from trading. Why you have another revenue source? Why would you? Oh, this guy right here, he makes $50K a month. I would never show my face, or I would never go on social media. Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Also, what's wrong with social media? That gives you connections. I actually recommend everybody
to get on social media.
Even you said this when you were like unprofitable, you were documenting your journey.
100%.
Why not build the connection with people? Like, find like-minded people. You probably found a ton of people who are also in the same exact spot.
I would not be where I'm at right now if I never, for one, reached out to all the people that I reached out to, got my feet in the water, and I said, fuck it. I used to think, like, damn, if I post my first video, like, what are all these people going to think? What are the girls going to think? What are these guys going to think? What is everyone going to think? Fuck what they think. I started doing it, and I was just like, fuck it. I got hate. People shitted on me, and now
what
they're
are they saying now? Exactly.
They're going to ask for a job.
Everybody comes, like, when you're down, they will, everybody comes and they make fun of you or whatever. But when you're up, those same people come back and they ask you how you did it. So just always think about that. I honestly genuinely recommend to do this. Everyone should make like your own journal, like whether it be social media or whatever it is. Even if you write down like the thoughts, how cool is it to go back like 4 years? I can literally go on my Twitter and I can see exactly what I did 4 years ago.
Yeah, it keeps you accountable. Just like keep writing it down. It keeps you like on that drive. So. Yeah, I think that's the end of the podcast, though. Yeah. Do you have any last things to say to motivate anybody?
I would say you really need to be open-minded. Like I said, I think having the opening your mind and really genuinely seeing what people are able to do. Don't think everything is a scam. Do your research, of course. I'm not telling anybody to just look at something that someone does. Sure, there's a bunch of fugazi out there. There's a bunch of people who are selling, a dream. And a lot of people do make money just selling courses. Like, we don't want to be naive and say, we don't want to be naive and say like, okay, it's like, everybody who sells a course or has something like this makes money doing the thing that they're doing. A lot of people actually make a ton more money doing the other thing. But at the end of the day, you have to just think about, if they're able to do it, why can't I do it? And be open-minded to things and have the motivation to put the time in to make something happen. And worst comes to worst, if it doesn't happen, you go on to the next thing, or you go back to what you were doing. And it is what it is. You took a risk. You did what 90% of people wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Right? If you took a risk and failed, congrats, you already won, because most people wouldn't even take the risk. Yeah. And if you, the only time you actually really fail is when you quit. So you can have a failure, you can come back and do another thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And learn what you're good at.
I feel like not taking a risk is riskier than taking the risk. You know what I mean? You're giving yourself zero opportunity.
You're not giving yourself an opportunity to succeed.
Exactly. And my last thing to say to anybody is, fuck what anybody thinks about you. Live your life for you, not for other people. Don't seek validation from anybody, even when people are hating on you, or even if you feel like they're going to think bad about you. Trust me, I was in that same spot, and I started focusing on myself and what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And I just started to realize that I'm going to live my life for me, and I'm going to do what I believe in. I'm not going to do what other people believe I should do. So if you're family, your sister, your girlfriend, boyfriend, you should go to college, you should do this, you should do that, they're telling you what to do. If that doesn't align with your long-term goals, your plan, or what you want to do in life, fuck their opinion, right? Only thing that matters is what you want to do. So believe in yourself, do what you want to do, not what other people want you to do in life. And yeah, that's all I recommend. Just strive hard, keep God by your side, and do great. Thank you for coming to the podcast, my boy.
Thank you.
Let's get it.